What's up, Dub Nation? Welcome back to another video. Before we dive into today's exciting topics, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That way, you won't miss any updates about the Golden State Warriors. We've got a lot to talk about today. One of the biggest trade mistakes in NBA history, Kevin Durant's shocking reason for not returning to the Warriors, and a blockbuster rumor involving none other than Giannis Antetokounmpo. So, let's get right into it. Did the Miami Heat make a huge mistake trading Jimmy Butler? Have you ever imagined what could be one of the worst trade mistakes in NBA history? Well, it might have just happened, and the player at the center of it? None other than Jimmy Butler, a true competitor, a warrior in every sense. Former NBA star and current analyst DeMarcus Cousins has no doubts about it. He believes the Miami Heat made a massive mistake by letting go of Butler and sending him to the Golden State Warriors. Speaking on FanDuel's Run It Back show, Cousins called this trade an absolute disaster for Miami and a masterstroke for Golden State. Why? Because Jimmy Butler is a winner. His mentality, drive, and will to win are unmatched. We've seen this before. Remember when Butler led the Minnesota Timberwolves bench unit to dominate the starters in practice? That's the kind of energy and leadership he brings. And guess what? Since joining the Warriors, they've won 7 of their last 8 games. The team looks rejuvenated, focused, and ready for a deep playoff run. Meanwhile, without Butler, the Heat have lost 7 of their last 9 games and look nothing like the team that made it to the finals in 2020 and 2023. Did Miami make a rash decision? Only time will tell. But right now, it's clear that the Warriors are the big winners in this trade. Kevin Durant's real reason for not returning to the Warriors. Let's shift gears to another major topic, Kevin Durant's refusal to return to the Warriors. Many thought it was because of rivalries or past tensions, but according to KD himself, that's not the case. His real reason? Mental exhaustion from constantly switching teams. Appearing on the Draymond Green show, Durant explained that he wasn't against playing for the Warriors again. He simply didn't want to go through another mid-season trade. "I didn't want to move," Durant stated, and honestly, it makes sense. Changing teams mid-season is exhausting. Packing up, relocating, learning a new system, adjusting to new teammates, all while competing at the highest level. It's a lot, even for a superstar like Durant. Plus, KD is fully committed to the Phoenix Suns. He believes in their project and wants to see how far they can go. Even after losing key players like Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges, Durant is betting on this group to compete for a championship. And while he still has a deep connection with Stephen Curry, he's prioritizing stability and the Suns' championship aspirations over another big move. But here's the big question. Will he regret not returning to the Warriors, especially with how dangerous they're looking right now? Now let's get into a massive trade rumor that could shake up the entire NBA. Giannis Antetokounmpo to the Golden State Warriors. According to Zach Buckley of Bleacher Report, the Warriors are closely monitoring Giannis' situation in Milwaukee and could make a huge move to acquire him if he ever becomes available. Why? Well, despite Giannis repeatedly stating his loyalty to the Bucks, their recent playoff struggles could make him rethink his future. And if he does decide to leave, Golden State is ready to pounce. Stephen Curry leading the offense, Jimmy Butler bringing toughness and defense, that could be one of the most unstoppable teams in NBA history. Giannis isn't known for his three-point shooting, but his ability to dominate inside would add a new dimension to the Warriors' offense. And defensively, pairing Giannis with Draymond Green could create an elite defensive duo capable of shutting down any team. So, could this trade actually happen? The Bucks won't let Giannis go easily, but if they keep failing in the playoffs, his patience might run out. If that happens, Golden State has the assets to make a blockbuster trade a reality. Would Giannis leave Milwaukee? It's still up in the air, but if the Warriors get the chance, expect them to go all in. The Warriors' championship outlook future moves. Now that Jimmy Butler is here, what's next for the Warriors? Are they already championship favorites, or do they still need another key piece? Right now, Golden State is peaking at the perfect time, but there are still challenges ahead. The Denver Nuggets and Nikola Jokic are still a major threat, and teams like Boston, Oklahoma City, and Phoenix will all be in the mix. The key question is, does Golden State need more depth? With Butler and Draymond anchoring the defense, they're in a good spot, but they might need more bench support for a deep playoff run. And don't forget, the NBA trade market is always unpredictable. If the right opportunity presents itself, the Warriors could still make a major move before next season. Could Kai Sotto be the Warriors' next big man? One final topic that's getting a lot of buzz: the potential addition of Kai Sotto to the Warriors. The Filipino sensation is making waves in the B-League, recently scoring 20 points, grabbing 4 rebounds and dishing out 3 assists in a standout performance. He's also on the verge of some major career milestones, approaching 1,000 career points, surpassing 500 rebounds, and closing in on 100 assists in the league. With his height, agility, and defensive presence, he could be exactly what the Warriors need: a dominant inside force to complement their fast-paced, perimeter-oriented style. Warriors fans have already started a social media campaign calling for his signing, and given Golden State's history of developing international talent, it wouldn't be surprising if they take a serious look at him. Would Kai Sotto be a good fit for the Warriors? What's up, Dub Nation? Welcome back to another video. Before we dive in, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on that notification bell so you never miss out on any breaking news, trade rumors, or in-depth analysis about our Golden State Warriors. Alright, let's get into it, because today we've got some major news to discuss. Have you ever imagined one of the biggest trade mistakes in NBA history? Well, it just happened. And the player who got caught in the middle of it? None other than Jimmy Butler, one of the fiercest competitors in the league. But wait, there's a twist in this story that makes this deal one of the most controversial moves in recent times. Did the Miami Heat make a huge mistake? DeMarcus Cousins, former NBA player and current analyst, has no doubts about what happened during the last trade window, which closed on February 6th. In his eyes, Miami made a huge mistake by letting go of Jimmy Butler and sending him to Golden State. And we're not just talking about any player here. Jimmy Butler is a game changer, a true winner, and someone who simply refuses to lose. His impact goes beyond the stat sheet. He brings a championship mentality wherever he goes. During his appearance on FanDuel's Run It Back show, Cousins didn't hold back. When asked about the trade, he called it an absolute disaster for the Miami Heat and a masterstroke for the Warriors. Jimmy Butler, the ultimate competitor. Cousins summed it up perfectly. He's a winner, man. That might sound like a simple statement, but it carries a deep meaning. Butler is the kind of player who demands the best from himself and his teammates. One of the most famous examples of his mindset happened when he was with the Minnesota Timberwolves. During a practice session, he challenged the entire starting lineup by playing alongside the bench players. The result? He destroyed the starters, sending a clear message: commitment and a winning attitude are non-negotiable. Now, imagine that same energy injected into the Golden State Warriors. Since Butler's arrival, the Warriors have been on fire, winning 7 of their last 8 games. The team looks completely rejuvenated, with a newfound energy and chemistry. This is the Warriors we know and love: fast, aggressive, and most importantly, having fun on the court again. It's clear that Butler's leadership and competitiveness are already making a huge difference. But on the other side of the trade, things aren't looking great for Miami. Without Butler, the Heat have only won 2 of their last 9 games, and they look like a completely different team, far from the squad that made NBA Finals appearances in 2020 and 2023. So, did the Heat rush into this decision? Time will tell, but right now, it's not looking good. But here's where things get really interesting. What if the Warriors aren't done making moves? According to Zach Buckley of Bleacher Report, Golden State is keeping a close eye on Giannis Antetokounmpo's situation in Milwaukee. At first glance, it might seem far-fetched. Giannis has always been loyal to the Bucks. But here's the thing. Milwaukee has struggled in the playoffs in recent years. If they fall short again this season, Giannis might start questioning his future. And if he becomes available, the Warriors are ready to act. Imagine this: Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and Giannis Antetokounmpo all on the same team. Offensively, Giannis would dominate inside, while Curry and Butler spread the floor. Defensively, a Giannis-Draymond duo could be one of the best defensive pairings in NBA history. The Warriors would instantly become championship favorites, not just for 1 year, but for years to come. Could this actually happen? Now let's be realistic. A trade for Giannis wouldn't be easy. The Bucks would demand a massive package, including young talent, draft picks, and key players. But Golden State has always been aggressive when it comes to staying on top. If they see an opportunity to land a generational talent, they'll take it. And with Butler already on board, it could be the perfect time to go all in. With Butler already making a huge impact, do the Warriors even need another superstar? Right now, Golden State is showing signs that they could be a serious playoff contender. The energy, focus, and chemistry are back. But there are still some key areas to improve. Defensive depth. Butler and Draymond provide toughness, But is it enough to stop teams like the Denver Nuggets with Nikola Jokic or the Boston Celtics with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown? Bench strength. The Warriors have a solid rotation, but could they use one more impact player off the bench for a deep playoff run? If the Warriors want to maximize their chances, they might still make one more move before the playoffs. One thing is clear, Golden State isn't settling. They've always had a championship mentality, and now, with Butler in the mix, they're looking dangerous again. Could they push for another trade before the deadline? Will they pursue Giannis in the future? Or is this squad already strong enough to win it all? One thing is for sure, the NBA should be on high alert. The Warriors are back, and they mean business.